When you asked me to take the lead at EPA 1 year ago, you asked me to do three things: continue to clean up the air, continue to clean up the water, and continue to provide regulatory relief to keep the economy growing. The President knows we can do all three at the same time.
When I ran for president, I pledged a strong, growing economy and a healthy environment because I believe that we can pursue both at the same time. We have only one America. We have only one planet. That's why every day of my presidency, we will fight for a cleaner environment and a better quality of life for every one of our great citizens.
Well, I would say the bases are loaded on this one for President Trump. Most of us, from listening to the many environmental soothsayers, may think things are pretty bad, and we probably only have a few short years left before a total planetary meltdown. Well, take a listen to President Trump's speech on America's environmental leadership.
In addition to clean air and clean water, that means being good stewards of our public lands, prioritizing cleanup of polluted lands that threaten our most vulnerable citizens and threaten them very dearly, and implementing pro-growth policies to unlock innovation and new technologies which improve American life and America's environment. So important. These are incredible goals that everyone in this country should be able to rally behind, and they have rallied behind, and they've rallied behind in a very Republican and Democrat way. I really think that's something that is bipartisan. And today, the United States is ranked, listen to this, #1 in the world for access to clean drinking water. Ranked #1 in the world.
Now, this is something the naysayers don't want you to know. We are #1 in cleanest drinking water. Go USA! But let me tell you, we are blessed and mighty thankful that we have a president in office who is concerned in keeping our country clean and healthy.
One of the main messages of air pollution, particulate matter, is 6 times lower here than the global average. So we hear so much about some countries and what everyone is doing. We're 6 times lower than the average. That's a tremendous number. Since 2000, our nation's energy-related carbon emissions have declined more than any other country on Earth. Think of that. Emissions are projected to drop in 2019 and 2020. We're doing a very tough job, and not everybody knows it, and that's one of the reasons we're here today to speak to you. Every single one of the signatories to the Paris Climate Accord lags behind America in overall emissions reductions. Who would think that is possible? For this reason, in my first year in office, I withdrew the United States from the unfair, ineffective, and very, very expensive Paris Climate Accord.
Maybe we need more environmental report cards. Sure clears the air.
But basically, your completion of this Herbert Hoover dike is going to make a tremendous difference because we can store more water in Lake Okeechobee, safely store it there so the residents that are around there are safe. We care and we're concerned about them, us on the coast, believe me, and that the water does not go into the Caloosahatchee, into the St. Lucie estuary. It's full of contaminants and fertilizers. And Mr. President, you mentioned about the red tide. It is a natural occurrence. This fertilizer and all these contaminants is like a superpower. And we have seen devastation on the West Coast like none other before in 2018. So, I mean, I'm just so grateful for all the work you're doing, sir, and everything in the Everglades restoration. And also, I heard great news that the dike is going to be finished much sooner, 2022 than expected. So I personally want to thank you because this year they're not dumping, our businesses are doing better. My wife don't yell at me as much. Well, that always happens. So thank you for everything you're doing, sir. I speak for so many people. You bring my heart to warmth. for everything you're doing and all the way around.
I don't know about you, but the Green New Deal sounds like the Great New Debt. If you ask me, I think our president has a better solution. The bases are covered.